The following operator training video for the Hobart HS series slicer is a supplement to the instruction manual that came with your slicer. If you have any questions concerning operation, please refer to your manual. This video references both manual and automatic slicers. Features that do not apply to all slicers will be noted by a model number in the lower corner of your screen. All slicer models include the following parts: the product tray and product tray handle, which sits on the support arm, the index knob, which adjusts the gauge plate for slice thickness, the meat grip, which holds the product in place for slicing, the knife cover, knife sharpener, and gauge plate. On automatic models, a lever to switch from manual to automatic mode, a cleaning foot on manual models, and lift assist lever on automatic models to assist cleaning and maintenance. Hobart HS series slicers have the following features. Home start requires the product tray to be in the home position before the slicer can be started. Close to stop turns the slicer off when the gauge plate is returned to the closed position by turning the index knob fully clockwise. Gauge plate and carriage system interlocks prevents the product tray from being tilted or removed unless it is in the home position and the gauge plate is closed. Auto shutoff will automatically turn the slicer off if the product tray has not been moved back and forth within 30 seconds. No volt release requires that the slicer be restarted if power fails or the slicer is unplugged. Automatic slicers offer a choice of 4 speeds and 3 stroke lengths for increased slice rate. Operation manual mode. Warning: rotating knife. Use meat grip. Unplug the machine power cord before cleaning, servicing, or removing parts. Replace parts before use. Manual mode operation is available on all HS series slicers. To prepare for slicing, close the gauge plate by turning the index knob clockwise. On automatic models, ensure the lever is down for manual mode. Pull the product tray toward the operator until it stops. This is the home position. Raise the meat grip to the top of the product tray to rest in the meat grip slot. Place the product to be sliced against the gauge plate on the product tray. Set the meat grip against the product. Use the fence or food chute if desired. Turn on the slicer by pressing the knife on button. Knife motor will not start unless product tray is in home position. Adjust the gauge plate to obtain the desired slice thickness by turning the index knob counterclockwise. The numbers on the index knob do not indicate actual measurements, but may be used for reference. Use the product tray handle to push and pull the product tray back and forth to slice. When finished, pull the product tray to the home position. Press the off button to stop the slicer, or turn the index knob clockwise to close the gauge plate. This will turn the slicer off on the anodized models. Operation in automatic mode. Automatic mode is only available on HS7 and HS9 models. Close the gauge plate by turning the index knob fully clockwise. Ensure the lever is down for manual mode. Pull the product tray toward the operator until it no longer moves. This is the home position. Raise the meat grip to the top of the product tray to rest in the meat grip slot. Place the product to be sliced against the gauge plate on the product tray. Set the meat grip against the product. Use the fence or food chute if desired. Lift the lever to the up position to begin slicing in automatic mode. Turn on the slicer by pressing the knife on button. The knife motor will not start unless the product tray is in the home position. Adjust the gauge plate to obtain the desired slice thickness by turning the index knob counterclockwise. The numbers on the index knob do not indicate actual measurements, but may be used for reference. Select one of 4 speeds for slicing. Press the rabbit symbol to increase speed. Press the turtle symbol to decrease speed. The speed indicator, located to the right of the symbols, shows which speed is selected. You can change the speed at any time. Select the stroke length for the product tray to move back and forth. Press the stroke length button to toggle through lengths. The indicator above the button shows the length. More lights equal a longer stroke. You can change the stroke at any time. Or press the knife on button to pause the slicer. This will stop the slicer and return the product tray to the home position. When finished, press the off button to stop the slicer. The product tray will stop moving immediately. Lower the lever to the manual position and pull the product tray to the home position. On the anodized units, turn the index knob fully clockwise to close the gauge plate and stop the slicer. Raise the meat grip to the top of the product tray to rest in the meat grip slot and remove the product. Cleaning. Warning: unplug the machine power cord and turn the index knob fully clockwise to close the gauge plate before cleaning the slicer. Warning: the slicer knife is sharp. Exercise extreme caution when working near the knife. The slicer must be cleaned and sanitized at least as often as required by local regulation, or after being idle for an extended period of time. Note: sanitizer concentration shall comply with Section 4-501.114, manual and mechanical warewashing equipment, chemical sanitation, temperature, pH, concentration, and hardness of the FDA Food Code. If a chemical sanitizer other than chlorine, iodine, or quaternary ammonium is used, it shall be applied in accordance with the EPA Registered Label Use instructions. In order to clean the slicer thoroughly, it is necessary to disassemble the slicer. It is recommended that all parts be removed, cleaned, sanitized, and allowed to dry before reassembling for use. Make sure the slicer is free of all food soil before sanitizing. Use products formulated to be safe on stainless steel or aluminum. Do not exceed chemical manufacturer's recommendations for detergent or sanitizer. Tilt the product tray to the right to clean the product tray in the open position. Remove the meat grip for cleaning by loosening the meat grip slide rod from the product tray while holding the meat grip handle. Pull the meat grip slide rod and the meat grip handle from the product tray. To remove the product tray, make sure the gauge plate is closed. Pull the product tray toward the operator until it stops, and then loosen the knob on the support arm. Lift straight up with both hands to remove for cleaning. In order to remove the knife for cleaning, first remove the sharpener by lifting the sharpener straight up. Remove the top knife cover by pulling on the latch knob. Remove the plastic ring guard cover by lifting up. The knife on models HS6, HS7, HS8, and HS9 is removable. Warning: the knife is very sharp. Exercise extreme caution when working near the knife. Rotate the knife by hand to align the arrow on the knife with the pin on the ring guard at the 1 o'clock position. The ridge on the knife hub will also align with the same pin. The pin on the knife removal tool fits the hole in the knife at the 11 o'clock position. Place the knife removal tool on the knife. The 3 slots on the tool fit the 3 pins on the ring guard. Push the handle firmly all the way into the hub. Then turn the handle counterclockwise until it stops. You may experience resistance when turning. Lift the knife and tool up and out. Note: always carry the knife removal tool and the knife by the tool handle. Wipe out any residue remaining inside the sharpener housing. Wash, rinse, and sanitize the sharpener housing in a sink or dishwasher. The meat grip can be washed, rinsed, and sanitized in a sink. The product tray can be washed, rinsed, and sanitized in a sink. Wash, rinse, and sanitize top knife cover and the plastic ring guard cover in a sink or dishwasher. Wash, rinse, and sanitize the knife and knife removal tool in sink or dishwasher. The slicer knife on models HS6N, HS7N, HS8N, and HS9N is non-removable. Clean completely around the ring guard by working a moistened folded paper towel between the ring guard and the knife. Wash, rinse, and sanitize both sides of the knife by wiping outward from the center. Never clean any part of the knife with steel pads. For general cleaning, use a clean cloth soaked in mild detergent and warm water. Wipe all surfaces of the machine, especially where food or liquids can accumulate. Be sure to wipe any surface where there is frequent hand contact. Include handles, knobs, and the control pad. Use generous amounts of soapy water and sanitizer on the sharpener mount hardware. Rinse using a fresh cloth and clean water. Apply sanitizing solution to clean surfaces. Make sure the slicer is clean of all food soil before sanitizing. Use only products formulated to be safe on stainless steel or aluminum. Do not exceed chemical manufacturer's recommended concentrations for detergent or sanitizer. The HS6 and HS8 series slicers are equipped with a cleaning leg to assist in cleaning under the slicer. To engage the cleaning leg, lift the front of the slicer base. The cleaning leg will swing straight down. Pull the cleaning leg all the way to the front so the slicer is completely supported before cleaning underneath. The HS7 and HS9 series slicers are equipped with a lift assist lever to assist in cleaning under the slicer. To raise the slicer, lift the lift assist lever until it stops. Pull down on the lift assist lever to lower the slicer. After all components have been cleaned, sanitized, and allowed to dry, the slicer can be reassembled for use. On removable knife slicers, orient the ridge in the knife hub so it points to the pin on the ring guard at the 1 o'clock position. Place the knife and tool so the pin on the knife removal tool is at the 11 o'clock position. The slots on the knife removal tool fit around the 3 pins on the ring guard. Note, if the tool does not push the pins on the back of the knife into the hub, slightly nudge the handle upwards to lock the pins into the knife nut. Push the handle firmly all the way into the hub to engage the pins. Then turn the handle clockwise until it stops. Some resistance may be experienced when turning. Install the ring guard cover on the 3 guide pins. Position the top knife cover on the lower 2 guide pins and lower the latch knob until the magnet secures the top knife cover in place. Tilt the product tray toward the gauge plate. Lower the bottom of the support arm onto the carriage hinge pin. Turn the knob on the support arm until it is tight against the support arm. Reassemble the meat grip assembly by inserting the slide rod through the meat grip handle and the meat grip. Tighten the meat grip slide rod into the product tray. Install the sharpener by lowering it back into the sharpener mount so the rod and pin on the bottom of the sharpener fit the slot in the sharpener mount. Maintenance. Gaskets located under the thumb shield, the bezel, the index rod boot, gauge plate boot, and knife shaft boot must be inspected at intervals of 6 months or less. Inspection must be performed by the manufacturer or an authorized service agent. Warning: the slicer must be removed from service until repaired by the manufacturer or an authorized service agent if any gasket or seal is found to be damaged or missing. Warning: sharpening knife. Unplug the machine power cord and turn the index knob fully clockwise to close the gauge plate before doing any maintenance on the slicer. The clean-cut knife will provide long service in normal food retail or commercial kitchen use. Notice: sharpen only when necessary. Prolonged or sharpening too frequently results in unnecessary knife wear. Clean and sanitize the slicer as outlined in the cleaning section before sharpening the knife. Note: food debris must not be allowed to transfer from the knife to the sharpener. To sharpen the knife, remove the top knife cover by pulling on the latch knob. Remove the plastic ring guard cover by lifting up. Plug in the machine power cord. Press and hold the knife on button for 15 seconds while pulling the sharpener lever fully forward. After 15 seconds, release the sharpener lever and press the off button. Unplug the machine power cord. Clean and sanitize the slicer as outlined in the cleaning section after sharpening the knife. Install the ring guard cover and top knife cover. Lubricate the carriage slide rod with the supplied Lubriplate FMO-200-AW oil. Once monthly, apply 4 to 5 drops directly onto the carriage slide rod on each side of the carriage transport. To apply oil, pull out the telescoping tube in the oil bottle. Aim the tube and squeeze gently on both sides of the bottle. After applying oil, move the carriage tray back and forth a few times to distribute the oil over the entire length of the slide rod. Also, add oil to the reservoir marked with orange paint. The meat grip slide rod will need lubricated periodically or when resistance is felt when using the meat grip assembly. First, wipe the meat grip slide rod so the lubrication is applied to a clean, dry surface. Next, gently squeeze a small amount of oil to the rod and move the meat grip up and down to restore smooth operation. This concludes operator training for the Hobart HS Series slicer. To obtain service and parts information concerning this product, contact your local Hobart service office. Call 1-888-4-HOBART or visit www.hobartcorp.com.